Hello Earth family, it's Rena with Inside Job Healing here with my beautiful beloved dog Luna for your energy update for this week. Happy new moon in Leo. There's a lot of fire energy. Mars is in Aries. And so we are getting energized. We're feeling a lot of passion, a lot of drive. I've been working out like a crazy woman. I think one day I did hot yoga and I worked out at the gym. So take advantage of this gorgeous, gorgeous energy. Yeah, we're taking the energy update on the road. Luna needs to get her heartworm medicine today. So I just thought pop on and do our energy update. I've been thinking a lot about you guys and the collective. So we have come out of this, great period of light and dark, and things got really, really intense. And for those of us that's our job as intergalactic shaman or healers or light workers or star seeds, we're here to transmute. We are alchemists, right? And so we're here to transmute the darkness into light. So that's what's been happening for the last few weeks, especially with Lionsgate energies wrapping up on the 13th that we just did. And like I said, today is the new moon. So it's just never ending with astrology. We keep getting hit for the next level, right? However, we've sloughed off a lot of the old patterns, a lot of the things that don't serve us. We're different. We're showing up differently. We're thinking differently. Things that make us happy are different. And so we're in this really exciting time because Leo is such a fun sign, right? It's a sign of the lion, right? It's a fiery sign, right? It's about fun. It's about passion. And so right now is a great time for you to be doing a passion project. So I did want to talk to you guys about these exciting energies and feeling energized and maybe going back to the gym if you feel comfortable, or the yoga studio or whatever it is, and taking advantage of these new energies, starting new projects, new marketing campaigns, doing something different at work. So really take advantage of these energies because we've been through the ringer for the last few months. We still have COVID, we still have the mass situation, we still have a lot of divisiveness. And it's interesting, like watching a lot of these, spiritual peeps online that are gaining like a huge following. They're amazing. They're super passionate about, the downloads and insights that they're getting, and hopefully you're getting some of your own downloads too. What I noticed though, honestly, with the exception of Feel Good and Lori Ladd, is I feel like a lot of them tend to get polarized. And so what does that mean, polarized? I feel like if you have something inside of you that hasn't been healed, you're gonna get triggered. So when someone triggers you, they are just simply your teacher showing you there's something inside of you that needs to be addressed and needs to be healed. Because if you don't get triggered, it means that that part of you is already healed, right? So, anybody could be doing anything in the globe, in the universe, and it shouldn't trigger you if you've done your inner work and you've healed a lot of those aspects of yourself, those fractured aspects of yourself, and you've done the inner child integration and come into wholeness, okay? So essentially it's really like, instead of blaming the other person, a huge part of ascension is taking responsibility for yourself and for your actions and for what you say, and if you're triggered or if you get into a conflict, if you get into some 3D drama. This is not a judgment. So this is another thing I find that, even with those that are light warriors, like they're judging the dark, they're judging, and it's hard not to, right? Like it's hard not to judge sex trafficking or, child trafficking or satanic rituals or some of the things that have been going on and some of the things that have been unearthed, right? Or I just watched the Athlete A documentary, which is all about the gymnastics thing. I highly recommend it if you have the stomach for it, if you're somebody who's meant to transmute the dark into light. If you're not, then I would just leave it and and leave it to us, those of us that go into the darkness of the collective and the unconscious, the subconscious, and for us to transmute it, because we're ultimately all one, even though we show up as different bodies in this existence. So I show up as Rena, you show up as you, we're actually all one. So it's almost like no child left behind, right? So for those of us that have come from different dimensions, from the future, from different star systems, we're here to help humanity, because a cry came out from Gaia, Earth, to create new Earth, right? And she's just basically like, I'm going to transition, I'm evolving with or without humanity, just like she did without the dinosaurs, right? So we're just here to help humanity shift. And a lot of you, especially I love my tribe, I love my clients, you have a very high consciousness. It's just that your body is still holding on to traumas and dramas from this life, from your childhood, from your past lives, from your ancestors. So your body is ascending from a carbon dense 3D slow moving vibration to a higher moving vibration and crystalline state and 5D, right? So all these things that are going on, why do we have polarity? Why do we have opposition? Why do we have black and white? Why do we have male and female? Why do we have, you know, child and adult? Like, why are all these different polarities on the planet right now, you know? Good, bad, whatever. So why is this happening? It's because we need contrast in order to exist in a 3D reality. We have to know what we don't want in order to know what we do want. So polarity is our teacher, right? So, but when we get very polarized and magnetized by the differences, and again, a lot of like spiritual people are like, I'm not acquiescing, I'm not wearing masks, this and that. Okay, you have every right to have your beliefs, right? However, when you start having beliefs, you become a slave to them, right? So for me, I have certain resonance that I am attracted to, certain things that I resonate more with, right? Which is light versus dark. I resonate with not harming children. I resonate with freedom, right? I resonate with empowerment. However, I'm not polarized, meaning I'm not being pulled out of my, you know, neutrality or my observer consciousness for the most part, because I've done my work, because I've healed my traumas, because I've healed my inner child, because I've done all those things. I'm not perfect. There are times where I'm listening to people talk about satanic verses as children, and honestly, you know, there are times where I'm like, wow, that is really disgusting. That is me polarizing, right? Because I'm judging it. And so I have to like take a step back and say, I need to process this within myself, because how are we going to new earth? How are we going to a state of unity if we're judging, if we're criticizing? And that's another thing. I have so many clients of mine saying like, okay, well, what if I get in a fight with my partner and this and that, and you know, and their wounded inner child comes out, and I don't want to deal with it because it's bringing the vibe down. We have to do a better job of holding space for each other and allow each other to have the experience that we're meant to have in that now moment, okay? So that means not judging, that means not dismissing, that means not putting your head in the sand. So if someone's having a difficult experience, allow them to have that experience, because they're not you, right? You came in this reality to have a separate existence. You came here to eat, you know, good food. You came here to have sex. You came here to have all the physical things that we cannot have when we're energy, when we're a collective consciousness. So we're in this trance of separation. It's, you know, on one level, yes, we are separate on the physical plane, but on another level, energetically, we're not separate. So if someone's suffering, that means I'm suffering. A part of me is suffering, because they are me and I am them, right? So that's why we're here as healers, is to help you heal. Because just because I'm like, oh yeah, I've done most of my work, bye, peace out, I'm ascending on my own. No, I'm here to help other people ascend, and I'm not here by myself. It's an army of us. There are like hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of us awakening every single day, that are light workers, that are star seeds, that are way showers, that are here to be a bridge for new earth, right? But we cannot take separation with us. We cannot take polarity with us, these polarizations, right? So again, do I love wearing masks? Do I think it's really great for my breathing? No, but I'll put a mask on when I have to, and I'll take it off when I'm not down with it, right? But I'm not having an adverse reaction. I'm not being triggered. It's not a sharp edge for me. So the work that I do with my clients is essentially, think about it as like, most of us are like, think about it as like a rock, right? Or a crystal. And we emit energy and we absorb energy, right? And then we have hard edges, right? So I help people soften the edges. So when you soften the edges, you start to see like, child abuse is not so great, right? Enslavement's not so great. Child trafficking is not so great. Sexual harassment's not so great. But you don't have this like adverse reaction to it where you're being polarized. Because if you're being polarized, like, you know, even with like the, you know, Democrat versus Republican, like if you're being polarized with that, with the political scene, if you're putting yourself in a box and a label, like for me personally, honestly, I used to be like, oh yeah, I'm a Democrat, I'm a socialist back in the day, but now I'm at the point like, you know what, I might vote for Trump. Maybe he's a light worker. You know, I'm not really feeling Joe Biden or whatever. I'm just giving an example. Or maybe Kamala Harris is just playing the, you know, the gender and race card. Whatever people are saying, but not being attached to the outcome, right? Like, so I may vote for Trump, I may not vote at all, but I have that freedom, right? And I'm empowering myself to make whatever decision, but I'm not labeling myself as like, I'm a Democrat, I'm a socialist, I'm this, I'm that. Because once we label ourselves, we really limit ourselves. And we are limitless, multidimensional beings. So I want you to kind of really pay attention to the narrative, right? Are you being sucked into, you know, one camp or the other? I mean, again, I'm all about social justice. I'm all about human rights, right? I'm all about, you know, transmuting the energy of slavery, you know, in every aspect. I worked with the Geechee population in Charleston as a substitute teacher. I went to plantations and I transmuted, you know, the energy there, and I wept, you know, and I worked on earth grids in Charleston and things like that. I went to slave auction houses. I am very well educated about what went on in our country, and it is awful. However, I am asking you, like, again, I'm all about equality for all, for our Black brothers and sisters, right? For everyone. However, when you get really polarized and you're just like fighting against each other about Black Lives Matter and white privilege and this and that, right? Ask yourself, how is that serving the collective? How is that you being in a divisive state? Like, even religion. Listen, I am the most spiritual person on the planet, but again, I'm not going to put myself in a box when it comes to religion because it's very divisive. So again, have your beliefs. Listen, you're free. You have free will, and that freedom has been taken away for centuries, right? And so again, like, we're hearing about the cabal and the 1%. I mean, you know, a lot of people have been sleeping and unawakened, and that's okay. Welcome to the party. However, for those of us, like for those people that are newly awakened, you have to realize, like, yes, we have not been free. Look at our food systems. Look at all the toxins. Like, I have to go out of my way to eat healthy, okay? And I pay a shit ton of money. I had to go out of my way to become an entrepreneur and own my own business. Like, there's just so many hurdles for us to be free, right? So in some ways you can argue, not just only our Black brothers and sisters, we've been enslaved for centuries. We've given our power away. We've been living in a state of fear so other entities could feed off of the energy, right? So it's like, what, you know, when is enough enough? When are you ready to step into your power? When are you ready to do the work? When are you ready to face the traumas? When are you ready to get your head out of the sand and see what's really going on, and to embrace this very exciting transitional time on New Earth? Because Earth is evolving with or without us. So just know this. And so there have been some of us that have been called to help New Earth, and we're here to help you in any way we can. That's why I created my lifestyle programs, because the system is not designed for us. It's designed against us. It's designed to oppress us. It's designed to keep us sick, because ultimately, you think about it, there's more money in keeping sick people alive, right? Pills and machines and ventilators and dialysis and the whole nine, right? So don't come up with a cure for AIDS. No, make sure that you keep people alive and paying for medicine the whole way, right? Because you're not going to make money if you give like a one and done, right? So this healing work that we do, I work with people anywhere from 3 to 9 months, really, and they've got the foundation, they got the empowerment tools, and literally, if they choose not to come in for the tune-ups once a month or every few weeks to kind of continue to raise their vibration, because we're all frequency, they could go on and live their lives, and I've given them the tools. This is the new this is the new divine feminine empowerment model. Is you don't tell people what to do. There's no hierarchy. You are not better than no one's better than anyone else. You're your own guru. You know, with this Yogi Bhajan and all these yoga teachers that are coming out with sexual, you know, sexual allegations against them, you know, that system's done. You are your own guru. You don't need to give your power away to someone else, not to a doctor, not to a guru, not to a yoga teacher. You are your own guru. You are part of Source. You are powerful. You are a powerful queen or king. You are sovereign. You're a goddess. You are a part of Source. You are all the things, right? So it's time to truly step into your power and know how amazing and beautiful you are inside and out, and stop giving your power away. Love you guys. Rena with InsideJobHealing.com. Please share this message. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit me up if you're interested in my healing work, my programs, and my one-on-ones. I would love to be of service. And now is the time.